Hey everyone, we're here at italianmi in Joburg, and we will be chatting with Mr. Sean Powell over here because we had some questions after the week we spent with the MGX-21 Flying Fortress, and he's the ideal guy to get some answers. So, Mr. Sean, how you doing?
I'm well, thanks Josh. Thanks for having me again.
Well, thanks for having us in your store and all this incredible eye candy. Always appreciated. But I think jumping straight into it, we really enjoyed our time that we spent on it. I think it comes across in our video. We just obviously had some questions, especially regarding how the bike sort of fits, you know, in the bigger world of bikes. And, you know, as it is sort of a touring kind of bike, the first question we had is the screen that is fitted on it. Are there replacement options for it? How does that work?
Well, yeah, Josh, there are a few replacement options to the MGX-21, being bigger screen, backrests, floorboards, etc. So if the guys really do want to go touring, there are those options. However, they are in limited supply due to these being pretty much the last of the last. So it's not freely available. It will take a bit of time, but they are available.
So guys that want to trick it out and really make it their own, you guys can sort them out.
We could source that for them, yeah.
Fantastic. And the next up, in terms of servicing and doing replacement bits and stuff on bikes as exclusive as this, you guys have your customers covered in that too?
We do indeed. When we were busy planning the production forecast and we knew that these were coming, we'd already ordered the service parts for these bikes. And also what you've got to look at the bike is it doesn't take a lot of maintenance. It's a shaft drive, it's air cooled, so the motor itself doesn't require a lot. Every 10,000 K service interval, and that's a valve clearance check. And that's honestly, on these, it's the easiest thing to do. So on the maintenance side of things, they're not very costly either. You're looking at anywhere from about 3.5 grand to up to 8 grand, depending on what needs to be done. And that's pretty much where it's at.
I mean, for a bike as rare and exclusive as that, that's really not bad. I mean, it's not terrifying by any means. Then in our video, we mentioned that it is one of 6 in Africa. Is that still the case? How does that whole rarity work?
Yes, so it's still very much one of 6 in Africa. There's only 4 new ones left, 1 demo, 1 has already been sold and is already living in its new happy home. And originally we were actually we were hoping to get a few more than that. Originally Guzzi forecasted 20 for last year, and unfortunately due to COVID they could only make 10. We wanted all 10, but they couldn't give us all 10, they only gave us 6. So yes, 6 in Africa.
Sure. So in 2020, that's the last sort of production run for the MGX-21.
That's it. We will never see these bikes again. Full stop. Reason being, Euro 4, these are Euro 4 motors, Euro 4. Euro 5 became compulsory as of 1 January 2021, so no manufacturer could sell a motorcycle that is not Euro 5 compliant. So all of the Euro 4 motorcycles ceased to exist as of 1st of January this year.
And they can't sort of like retrofit it in a way to get it up to Euro 5, it's just not on the cards.
There has been no indication from Moto Guzzi to do that yet.
It's quite sad actually to see it go. But on that point, in terms of, so it's based on the California model, right? And in that lineage, what other options are there in terms of that bike family line?
So throughout the years, there were quite a few different options. You had the California, you had the Eldorado, you had the Audace, and then you had the MGX-21. In the last couple of years, so from about 2018 onwards, it was only really the Audace and the MGX-21 that stayed in production up until the end of 2020.
Right, so you said that for 2020 was the last run for the MGX-21. Are there any replacements on the horizon in terms of like tourers or those kind of bikes?
Moto Guzzi haven't yet given us any information around that. As far as the big capacity cruisers, there doesn't seem to be anything in the next probably year or 2 that we would see coming to the market space. For the future, I can't say yes or no. Have to wait and see. Euro 5 changes a lot of things for a lot of people, so let's see what Guzzi has to do about that.
So it might be like the larger displacement bikes that, you know, that will take a hammering, but you know, these guys are quite inventive, so they'll probably just, you know, come up with a clever smaller engine, and hopefully we get to see some more of this in the future because they're really cool, and I really hope the brand gets to continue that a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of history behind the brand, obviously. Turning 100 years old this year, starting out in 1921. Guzzi was always about being different, being about the the uniqueness of Italian motorcycles, and they're still hand built in Mandela dell'Aria. So each bike is hand built and hand assembled, and it's just it adds that little bit of uniqueness, that little bit of pure character and charisma to the motorcycle. And you can feel that in each bike we ride, it's a little bit different. It could be the same motorcycle, but it's different. Why? Because it's been hand built, and there's character and flair to each and every single motorbike on our floor. And that's what people need to understand about Moto Guzzi. It's an occasion bike. It's not something that's going to win on a text sheet. You can't judge the bike by what the tech spec looks like, because you'll never truly understand the motorcycle. You spend a bit of time behind the handlebars, and it all just makes sense. Everything in the world, everything in life makes sense, because you're sitting on a Moto Guzzi and it's touching your soul, and it's putting a smile on your face, and everything's okay.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's really the right way to sort of phrase this bike. Is it's an occasion thing, it's a love thing. There's so much more to it than numbers could ever sort of put on.
It's authentic motorcycles. It's a truly authentic motorcycle. It's not about being the latest and greatest in technology or design, or it's about being that timeless piece of art that no matter where you go, people want to stop, they want to talk. Any Guzzi you may have, people not commonly see a Moto Guzzi, they would not know how to place it, so they will have to stop and ask. And you can never go undercover on a Moto Guzzi, because people will spot you. If you're a spy, you can never go undercover. People will spot you.
I love that. Unless you're Batman, in which case this is your bike.
Or Terminator on the Audace.
Or Terminator. Yeah. That's a very good point. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sean. We really appreciate it. If you guys have any more questions that you'd like to ask, pop them in the comments, put them on our social medias. We'll make sure we get the experts in to answer them for you. And if you're ever in the area, please pop into Joburg IMI. The coffees are great. The eye candy is always here. It's great. Take a bike on a test ride, fall in love. Who knows what happens? Thanks everybody for watching. I'm Josh from MotoTribe. See you next time.